Afternoon. This is T Skillet with Panic and Rehab Afternoon's news update. And we've got a lot going on today, as you can imagine. Now, one of the things that we like to do is let you know what day it is. Today is National Beer Day. That's right, National Beer Day. In 1933, the Cullen-Harrison Act legalized the sale of low alcohol beer after Prohibition. So there you go. How about that? Beer was now available in the United States after Prohibition in 1933 after this date. It's also National Beaver Day. So can you imagine beer and well, all the national days go together. So enjoy your enjoy your beer. How about that? Okay. Acting Attorney General Blanche vows punishment for fraudsters who rip off Americans. So he went on TV today just to explain that they're going to go after all fraudsters who rip off Americans. That's that's great. I think that's what you're supposed to do when you're the attorney general. So good job. Has good job description. Knows what he's supposed to be doing. All right. So today's the 7th, and at 8 p.m., President Trump doubles down on the deadline for Iran as U.S. forces prepare to unleash attacks if a deal isn't made. 8 p.m. tonight is the deadline. Also, President Trump vows to jail the leaker who exposed the missing second pilot's location in Iran. So they are not supposed to do that. All those type of news stories are prohibitive, and so that reporter's in a little bit of trouble. Now, because of the deadline coming at 8 p.m. tonight in Iran, Iran has decided to go ahead and start putting civilians on all their bridges and around power plants. So if you don't have anything to do around 8 p.m. tonight, and you're in Iran, just go on out and hang out by a bridge or walk across one like this. Put all your women and kids out there 8 p.m. because it doesn't look like Iran's going to make any kind of a deal, which they haven't made a deal for the last 47 years. How about that? All right. Governor Newsom, that crazy governor out in California. So, nope, That's President Trump. No, this is Governor Newsom out there. Uh, he was he wanted the minimum wage in California to go from $16 to $20. Well, now minimum wage is $20 for fast food workers. That has led to what? So what has Newsom's $20 minimum wage for fast food workers caused in California? That's right. Negative outcome. Negative outcome. The unintended consequences so far for the wage increases of food workers is increased menu prices, loss of overtime for workers, loss of other benefits, reduced workers' hours, and advancement of automation. So I guess a robot will be making your next burger at the In-N-Out Burger. Oh, that's right. In-N-Out moved their headquarters from California to Texas. Oh, what a shame. Well, there you go. Or maybe they moved to Tennessee, or maybe In-N-Out Burgers moved to Florida. I don't know. Now, this crazy guy, remember when everybody voted for Zoran as mayor in New York City? Well, he's pushing for a $30 minimum wage in New York City. And and experts have warned that it will obliterate certain industries in New York City. So, hey, good luck. $30 minimum wage. Hope it works out for you. All right, who's this crazy old man? 77-year-old rep from Connecticut, Congressman John Larson introduced 13 articles of impeachment against President Trump yesterday. How old is this guy? 77? I don't know. Maybe we can find a better picture of him. I don't want to. So how about that? All right, Democratic strategist. Uh, God, and here's another Democratic strategist. What's his name? James Carville Let me see if I can find a picture of him. Oh, there he is. There he is in his Louisiana house. Democratic strategist James Carville got blunt again. Really? The raging Cajun gets blunt? What a surprise. Jimmy says Democrat Party is unpopular. Polls say Dems are 20 points underwater before midterms. Wow, can you imagine? I can't imagine Democrats being unpopular. They just want to tax more and employ more government officials that rip off programs. So I guess, but he wasn't over. James Carville decided to take on President Trump. He lashed out at President Trump Friday night, where he said he hoped that he didn't croak before midterms because he wants to watch the fat effing whatever uh, watch Republicans lose in midterms. I don't know. I think we're going to do pretty good in midterms. So if we all get out and vote, I think we're going to do pretty good. Well, I know that you're not surprised at this next story, but there's another fire in California, which was reportedly caused by arson. The reason I know that it was caused by arson is because the arsonist is now in custody. So, how about that? This fire was at the Kimberly Clark 1.2 million square foot warehouse in Ontario, California. That's a big fire. You got to wonder, what do you think Kimberly Clark makes? Oh, that's right, paper products. So, unfortunately, this guy set a warehouse on fire full of paper towels, paper plates, toilet paper, all and everything that Kimberly Clark's makes. It was a huge fire. Um, and can you imagine? Well, as a six alarm fire, whatever that means. California must be an exciting state to live in. You have massive fires start by arsonists and earthquakes. How about that? Okay, that about wraps it up. What you want to do is make sure you're tuned into all your international news outlets at 8 p.m. tonight. Or you could be watching live Killer Carl Radio tonight at 8 p.m. on YouTube or on any of the other podcast channels, Rumble um, or any of the other ones. And make sure that you won't be and make sure that you're watching live Killer Carl Radio tonight, 8 p.m. Panic and Rehab. We changed our 5 a.m. show to 8 a.m. with myself, T. Skillet, and James from Empty Pocket Podcasts. And what we do is we bring up the morning news, events of the day. What is that day? What's the date stand for? Maybe a little historic information on the date. Any national days that fall on that day. Every day pretty much has a national day of something. I'm still trying to figure out what day National Tootsie Roll Day is. I'm not sure. And then we have a Panic and Rehab in the afternoon with news updates. So we appreciate you just stopping in and watching, and then hope you enjoy the rest of your afternoon. And eat an early dinner. Get you all relaxed by the TV so you can turn on 8 p.m. and see what happens to Iran when they don't make a deal with Trump.